So if you think that Sony's going all in with VR for the PlayStation 5, they're going to support it and they're going to get into it, but it's not their main focus and it won't be probably for a while. Let's get into it.
Skip it up and that up.
So the PlayStation 4 has sold well over 110 million units, and the PSVR, which a lot of people were scratching their head with when it came out, if it would do well for Sony, sold a little over 5 million units, which isn't bad for a VR peripheral if you really think about it, but it's still a small portion of the entire install base of the PlayStation 4. So it's a niche market, but there was money to be made in that market. And we know that it's all but confirmed that there's going to be a PlayStation VR. You could use PSVR from the PlayStation 4 via backwards compatibility on the PlayStation 5. But we know there's going to be a PlayStation 5 VR headset. And I'm hoping that they're going to use Wi-Fi 6 to make it completely wireless. That would be pretty amazing. But a lot of people were expecting, boom, in 2021, there to be the PlayStation 5 VR headset. But in a Washington Post interview, CEO Jim Ryan has some bad news for you. It ain't coming anytime soon. This is what he had to say. I think we're more than a few minutes from the future of VR. PlayStation believes in VR, Sony believes in VR, and we definitely believe at some point in the future, VR will represent a meaningful component of interactive entertainment. Will it be this year? No. Will it be next year? No. But will it come at some stage? We believe that. And we're very pleased with all the experience that we've gained with PlayStation VR, and we're looking forward to seeing where that takes us in the future. So I've said this from day one. I admit when I'm wrong, and I'm wrong about many things, but this is one of the few handful of things that I've been right about, is that VR is going to be a niche market. I remember when Oculus was back in like 2013, 2014, was the hype train surrounding it was at full speed. And they were trying to make it, and everyone was trying to make it, that we're all going to walk around with VR headsets on our head, like even going to the grocery store. Not happening. Now, will there be easier tech? Maybe there'll be a way that I could just, I know Google tried something like this, but maybe in the future I could just use my glasses and have the VR experience, and there'll be an earpieces here, and it'll be that simple. But what the barrier of entry is even with the Quest 2, which is awesome. I have one. In the future, I'll make a video on it probably after the consoles launch. Is you have to, okay, I got to pretend these are the Oculus Quest controllers. I got to put the controllers on. I got to put the headset on. And then you're in this other world that you can't see what's going on around you. Whereas if I'm playing on a big screen with the controller, if my dog needs to go out, I don't need to take off the headset, put down the controllers. It's still more of a process. The Quest 2, the portable VR headsets that Oculus is making right now, are amazing. And it's the most convenient way to experience VR, but it's still not as convenient instead of just sitting in front of a computer with a mouse and keyboard, or sitting in front of your consoles in front of a big screen with a gamepad, where, yeah, you get to be immersed in an experience, but if you need to go do an errand or walk the dog, or someone wants to ask you a question, it's not an ordeal to take everything. I know it sounds like, Rich, you're making it like it's a bigger deal. You're making it like it's such a process. It's not, but you don't realize how much convenience you lose as much as it's awesome when you're in that different world. Okay, you can't see, even with the Guardians, or sometimes you'll still hit something by accident. It's gonna happen. You know, the dog may walk past you and you may trip. There's just unavoidable things, no matter what tech they put in, that just people are like, yeah, I'd rather just sit down and play a game. And it's not about, look, I have VR. I enjoy it. I think it's fun. Beat Saber is fun. Super Hot VR is fun. But I see success for VR, but I always think, I seriously do, it's always going to be a niche market. It's not going to take over the world like everyone was trying to say back in 2014. And we're seeing that now. Maybe when they get the tech even more streamlined, where it's fully wireless, where you don't have to have a bunch of tethers for the high-end VR experience, you could get the Quest 2 and never hook it up to a computer, but it's running on a mobile chipset, so games are going to be limited. But if they find a way to make a completely wireless headset that works perfectly, John Carmack said we're a little off from it, and you could just put it on and not have to worry about be tethered and play the full AAA VR experiences like that. I definitely see the market opening up, but is it going to open up to the point where they're selling 100 million units or even 50 million units? I don't think so. I could be wrong, but I don't think so, and I think the tech still has a little ways to go. This is Rich of Review Tech USA signing out. Have a good one. Hey, if you enjoy my content, consider becoming a Review Tech USA member. I'll have a link below in the description. I live stream now on this channel all the time, and it gives you access to cool emoticons to use as well while I live stream. Again, link below in the description. Thank you for your continued support.